Hi guys! I started using the Nubun Alliance Guide 3 weeks ago, and I've been doing great ever since. Not just great, but awesome. I've been speeding through the game and haven't had to look anything up yet. It's all there at my fingertips. The arrow points where to go, and I go. How much more easy mod can you get?
I don't know if any of you guys remember a couple years back, but the best leveling guides were clunky. You had to print them out or alt-tab between windows, and things, sometimes they went wrong. Nubun's guide? Way easier than that. You have an arrow to tell you exactly where to go, and the complete guide is in an in-game window with strategies right there. Pictures, and even some interesting videos to watch if you get bored of playing your own game.
I hate printing things. It's expensive, so I bought Nubun's guide for the in-game mod. It was a great investment. And instead of losing track of a couple hundred pages of crappy notes, I have everything right there in the game.
Nubun's guide is pretty good if you're like me and are willing to admit you have no idea where to go. I'm hopeless with directions, both on the street and in the game. Anyway, having that big arrow pointing me where to go is a godsend.
Haven't gotten lost yet. That's all there is to it. I tried it a couple of times wandering off to look at some pretty or hunt a couple of elite mobs, but the arrow always brought me back. It's like a homing device built right into the game.
I did Nubun a favor a while back and checked out his guide. He wanted to see how it played for someone other than him. Didn't have to recommend a thing about navigation. This thing runs like a dream. Never get lost. God knows I try.
I gave the guide to my little brother, and he had a blast with it, even if he is only a level 16 gnome warrior.
I also needed a talent guide too. That's another reason why I decided to try out Nubun's guide. Unlike some of the other ones out there, Nubun added to the charts and explained each build and how the talents worked. It was incredibly helpful when picking my characters for both my main and my alt.
Not to mention, it took me about 8 days of playing time to ding 80. My friends still think I cheated. In fact, I'm working on a new character right now just to show them it was no fluke.
I get the guide a month later and 8 days of gameplay. I dinged 80 and started on my second character. The talent spec guide came in really handy there because I needed to know which spec would work best as a raiding alt.
I dinged 80 in about 9 days of gameplay. Don't blame Nubun for that one though. I was goofing around with my rogue and started soloing instances with the spec they gave me to get the chest. Man, this guide makes the game fun.
I'll put it this way. I love the Death Knight. Forget all the vets on the forums complaining about balance and strength. Death Knights are a hero class for a reason, and they're darn fun. So Nubun's DK guide was an awesome addition. It really helped out, especially once I realized how hard the Death Knight was to play.
Speaking of easy mod, you have to check out the bonuses Nubun offers too. I usually ignore the bonus guides for these types of things. They're usually just empty schlock to help sell stuff. But Nubun has some good stuff in there. The talent spec guide is probably the best one I've seen for a freebie.
Nubun didn't skimp on anything with this guide. I'm already at level 73 with my new mage, and I'm barely over 5 days of gameplay. I'm going to destroy his 8-day claim, and this is my first time with the guide. That's good stuff.
I've already gotten a few updates for the guide, and they've been top-notch. When Wrath came out, the new section was up in no time, and I was ready to go in day one. I hit level 80 in less than a week, and it's just, and let's just say I cleaned up on my server. That's the kind of stuff that makes my guild beg for details.
Now I'm raiding, PvPing, and gold farming way above everyone else with my main and my alt, and I can't wait to finish up my second character to start up with the third. And my new Nether Drake is still as slick now as it probably was back in TBC. That's a nice little bonus too.
Every now and then, easy mode is less practical, and I need to have things in good old printed out style. Playing on a laptop is tough. It's a mess if you try to open up too many add-ons on that small screen, so I like to have the guide in text when I need it. Nubun has both an image-filled and a text-only version to print out, and they all have complete coordinates for everything. Makes it a snap to find whenever you need, even without the on-screen arrows.
Nubun is the master at this stuff. I didn't want to get all promotional here, but it's true. He knows what he's doing, and his Alliance guide has trimmed my leveling times way down. Plus, now I have a level 80 Death Knight to clean up with. Now, if we can only get a Horde guide out of him,